All right, fellas, YouTube, we are back. What a week we had. Firstly, it's great to see you guys here. As always, thank you for joining the Pro Wrestling Truths AEW recap. This week, we're doing a recap on Dynamite. Winter is coming. We'll start with the man to, I guess when you're watching this, my right, our Cadillac Cowboy himself, the one, the only, that is Ethan.
How's it going, everybody? I'm fucking trying to catch my breath, man. Tonight was wild.
It was certainly a doozy. And then, of course, we have the tandem below. We'll start with the man Big Daddy C, Courtland.
Hello.
And then the man next to him might as well change his name to Chuck Liddell, the amount of times he slammed some Tito's. That is Big Zach Liller.
What's poppin', y'all?
And I am Mike. It's you don't know how hard it is to be Mike Klinsky, especially when he's sick.
Broke Mike is sick, Mike.
That's it. It's fucked. Guys, this was the Winter is Coming special of AEW Dynamite. Last year's AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming saw firstly the debut of Sting, and then we also had an AEW title change with Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. We get welcomed by Excalibur. We are in Garland, Texas, and we jump straight into the World Heavyweight Championship match. We have Hangman Adam Page defending Bryan Danielson in a 60-minute world title match on television. Ethan, how did you feel about this? If you want to give me a small little breakdown on how you felt on it.
As far as the Hangman Page Danielson match, right?
Correct.
Sorry, I was sharing everything to socials.
You're fine.
It's really tough for me. I want to say off the jump. I was really excited for this. In the weeks leading in, I've been watching that very segment that they did on Dynamite where Danielson interrupted Hangman. It's just really been on my mind. It was just so good and so fun. Everything just felt so fresh about it. And just Danielson turning, I don't want to say heel, but tweener in front of us. It was just so good. And so I was excited. But when they opened the show with it, I literally jumped to my feet. I was like, damn. It made me realize how much I really was looking forward to this match. At first, I was like, damn, it's opening the show. And then everyone's like going 60 minutes. And I was like, maybe it'll go 60 minutes. But I truthfully didn't think it was going to. Obviously, until they started working the match. And then I was like, they're definitely working towards a draw. But in short, I loved the match without commercial breaks.
Right,
so
I watched it on the fight feed, so I got to see the whole 60 minutes uninterrupted.
I was wondering how you were seeing it without the commercials.
Yeah, it's unique, man. The whole presentation almost changes in between commercial breaks, but I'll wait till I talk. It's fine.
No, but and so he did get a different view on it than the rest of us. And also, I'm saying all this because it's very hard for me to give an opinion on a match or a spectacle this big after just one viewing. You know, I really feel weird even giving it a rating right now because, for one, I worked all day and I'm super exhausted, so I really want to watch it with fresh eyes. But with all those factors considered, I loved the match. I thought it was amazing. The way they timed the finish was so perfect. Like, it was built to this molten hot, like, environment, and the way they timed out that finish was just amazing.
Do not give your rating. Do not give your rating. Not yet. We'll give it in a minute.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was amazing. One of the best matches of the year. Nobody can work these draws like Danielson can, and I think it's amazing and awesome that that we have a change of pace like this on Dynamite now. Instead of just matches. This is something that's never been done on Dynamite before, and Danielson really brings... I mean, we've had a draw on Dynamite before, but a 60-minute long match has never happened. And when's the last time that's happened on American wrestling television?
Period.
Does anyone know? It's been crazy. But yeah, I love the match. One of the best of the year. I'll save my rating for later. Courtland, how'd you feel about it?
I really love this match, man. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I really love the pacing of it, even though it did go an hour and having to watch it with commercials can be tough at times. Luckily, they have like the whole picture-in-picture, so you got to see a whole lot of it. I love Bryan Danielson as a heel, man. I think that he's one of the best at it. And early in the match, you could see that there were so many people in the crowd that wanted him to win, but like he just kept working the heel, and you could just see by the end of this match that nobody wanted this man to win, and he really turned an entire room against him, and it only took him, just a few minutes, but I really enjoyed this match. I really am excited to look back over it and give it a better rating. But dude, at first glance, it's hard to say that an hour-long match doesn't deserve 4 stars at least. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because it's the athleticism between the two of them, it feels disrespectful to give it anything less. But yeah, man, it's fucking awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Zach, how'd you feel?
It was great, man. I didn't expect it to open the show at all. And we were like, had the door and creeped open. We were smoking outside and we heard them start. And I was like, whoa, this is going to be a fucking episode then. If they're going to pull it first. And midway through, Court was like, dude, they're going to do this a full hour. And I was like, no chance, man. No chance we watch a full hour of this. And sure enough, we got a fucking treat, man. It was great. I loved it.
Give me 1 second, fellas. It looks like we're having some stream issues.
Yeah, Jeff said it was buffering, right?
Yeah. And I'm looking into it. I might have to restart it, so it's all right.
I'm watching it right now, and it's playing on my end.
Is it looking good?
Yeah, it looks fine. It was buffering when he said that, and then I refreshed the page, and it's rolling right now.
And now it's good?
Yeah, like, let me hit the live button.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just want to make
it's
sure
working on mine,
it's
too.
good? Okay. Just making sure that we're good. Last thing I want is for everybody's opinions and shit to not be heard, because, it's kind of the point of doing this whole fucking thing.
Sure.
For me, I loved this, right? I thought it was awesome. I thought it really was what it needed to be, and that was really not so much with Danielson, but more with Hangman. It really solidified him as your main event guy, right? To go 60 minutes with Danielson and to finish that 60 minutes with your finisher, and you were going to get the pinfall. I mean, that was everything it needed to be.
Right on time.
I will say, man, the fight feed did show a lot of the outside stuff with Hangman when he first got busted open. And I'll be straight up, this was trending pretty well to a 4 3/4 star match for me. But after about 10 minutes of that outside, like, it felt like forever that they wasted time outside. I don't know if I could give it close to what I gave Danielson and Omega. And so for that, my rating is a little lower, but this match absolutely ruled. And, I mean, Hangman just threw caution to the wind half the time and was just killing himself. And then Danielson taking absolutely everything that was thrown at him and just getting straight up. And Taz at one point said he wasn't breathing heavy. Like, you were 55 minutes in and he wasn't even breathing heavy.
I said that.
That's crazy.
I was like, they're going to go an hour, and he was like, "There's no way." And I was like,
They're not even sweating.
I was like, "They're not even sweating. They're doing a full conditioning match with each other. This is like exhibition match. That's all they're doing."
Yeah,
like
Danielson. Like, what's so great about this match is like 28 minutes in, you have a super backdrop suplex, and it feels like the most important move of the match.
Right.
But in 90% of the other matches you'll watch on American soil, that move is done in the first 30 minutes with absolutely no reaction. But they pull it off tonight, and it feels so important that it was landed that it just really sticks, It really tells the full story of the match. And like I said before, the pacing is second to none, dude. It's hard to find another match right now that had this pace and momentum the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Zach, I will start with you on this. What rating did you go on this?
I gave it 3.5.
Whoa.
I went 3.5 and I changed it to 4, and then I just went back to 3.5 right before. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm just being a little harder on matches because I'm still fresh to rating matches. So I haven't found anything that I would really give a 5 yet. You know what I mean?
Have you watched Omega Danielson yet?
Yeah.
And you didn't give that a 5.
I would need to rewatch it, to be honest.
Rewatch that, rewatch this, then tell me your ratings on it.
Okay.
Courtland,
What'd you give it?
Courtland, what'd you go?
I gave this match straight 4 stars. At first glance, like I said, it's really hard. Conditioning alone, to just pure athletes at their absolute best, going a full hour on national television. Come on, man.
It's nuts.
It's unbelievable. We're living in an unbelievable time in professional wrestling, and we're just getting to soak it all in and talk about it.
Ethan, you want me to go first, or you want me to go? Or you want me to go first, or do you want to go? I gave you the same option twice there. You thought we were playing a game. It's my game to win.
I'll just go ahead and get mine out of the way. Like I said, I'm really torn on where to go at it. My gut instinct that I wrote down as I was writing my review for it was 4 3/4. I love these kind of Danielson matches. I've watched Danielson wrestle 90-minute matches. He did one with Aries and ROH in 2004. He's just known for these matches, and seeing him do one for the first time in probably 10 or 15 years, it just felt special. Mike bringing up the stuff in between the breaks really made me question where I was at on it, because, it's weird watching TV wrestling versus when you watch these, like, for instance, what I referenced, the old ROH tapes or like a New Japan show. You see everything. So they don't really have a chance to really take breathers and hide things. Not saying, once again, I didn't see what happened between the commercials, so I don't know.
Sure.
But I'm going to stick with my 4 3/4. I think in 10 years we're going to look back at this match, and it's going to stand out. It's definitely in this year. I mean, it's a once in a decade thing. I mean, like you said, when has this happened before? And they pulled it off amazingly. I mean, Danielson working the leg, working the midsection, and then every time Paige would miss the moonsault, the selling on the ribs, and then I love that in the halfway point they decided to go with the blood from Paige, and I'm sticking with the 4 3/4. Not to go off on a tangent. Where are you at, Mike?
Jeff in chat also said he's sticking 4 3/4 on it. Like I said, I don't want to overthink it, right? I'm not trying to overthink the match, but that segment outside just felt like a lot of wasted time.
What'd you see, man? Let's hear.
Were they doctoring Paige?
No. So Doc Samson was not. It was the ref, which I do believe was Paul Turner. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Was outside doctoring Adam Page. And Taz is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is the ref doing that when the doctor's right there? I don't know if you guys were in picture-in-picture, if you guys were just in like a full commercial there.
I saw picture-in-picture, and it just looked like they were trying to sell Paige being busted bad.
Yeah, and
because
a lot of times we're just getting shots of Bryan Danielson doing fucking jumping jacks in the ring.
Yeah, there was a "fuck you" chant during that. It was crazy, right? But it just felt like a lot of wasted time in that match to get us to that 60 minutes. And if they did even half of that time, I think I'd probably stick at 4 3/4, which is what Ethan and I discussed. I'm at a 4.5 on it. I think it's a great match. It's one of those that, for a television match outside of Omega Danielson, I think it's going to be one of the best that AEW can pull off. It's phenomenal.
And it's crazy they do it so close to the end of the year, because when we look back on this year, dude,
it fucked up the whole end of the year list.
Yeah, like the whole list is fucked now. Yeah. Like it comes down to like best Dynamite matches. Like it's hard to not put this in your top 3 or top 5 list, and it's so close to the end of the year. To say it, it's kind of like, oh, well,
where does it go now?
But
like,
and the tough
where do
thing,
you put it? It's so fucking great, though.
Yeah. The tough part for me is contrasting this with Omega Danielson, and I'm gonna have to rewatch both. I think the reason I tread more towards this match, because Mike called me before I even said it when we hopped in the Discord. He's like, "You're gonna think this match is better than Omega Danielson." I was like, "That's where my mind was going," but part of me feels like it's just because I'm a sucker for the slow builds, because everything, like Courtland said, feels so much bigger when you work for it. Sure. And the end of this match, dude, I was more into it than arguably any match this year, to be honest, because it felt like everything these dudes just worked 45 minutes for came to a fucking head and exploded. Everyone was and one thing I'd like to note, too, people were on their feet for like the last 20 or 30 minutes.
The whole time.
I just really think this is something all of us are going to need to rewatch, because there's so many different. I mean, it's a 60-minute match. How many little things could all of us have missed in that time?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
So I went 4.5 on it. It was a great match and truly does fuck up everything at the end of the year.
I'll say one last thing. I think it was definitely better than Page Omega at Full Gear for sure.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
But if
Without
we're
a
talking
doubt.
storytelling, was it? 'Cause,
Page
man,
Omega was a better. Page Omega was a
Oh.
better. Page
what
Omega was a
story
better
that
moment.
was.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
for
better
sure.
be a better story. They worked 2 years to get to it.
It's
so.
the whole company was built on that moment.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it better have been a good fucking story.
I think this was I just love that this is how the first defense for Hangman went, because to me, we're about to see Hangman be made into a world champion with this reign. And I was one of the people that bought in.
But that's the thing, man, is that I'm afraid that Hangman is going to get that treatment that, like, is Hangman making the belt, or is the belt making Hangman, you know?
I
a good point.
think you
And,
could have
like-
made the argument that the belt was making him, but tell me that after tonight. And that was the goal.
He got his ass beat.
I mean, he got his ass beat. I'm not
And he
trying to say that,
Beat
like,
the shit
he
out of
doesn't
Danielson.
deserve-
It was good
he
shit.
deserves the
Yeah.
championship.
Like, in a good way, he got his ass beat.
But I just want to be entertained for the long run of Hangman Page's run. And I don't know how long that is in foresight. Like, who knows what is coming, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope they keep up the pace with me being entertained by it, because so far I'm hooked in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be this, like, happy about Hangman's run. And that's not to, like, hate on him. I just love heel champions. And seeing face champions holding the main belt, like, it's great for the time that you have it and while people want it. But, like, how long until people don't want it anymore?
Yeah, they're going to have to find the right format for him, because with Moxley was a face, but he wasn't really a face.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm coming to fuck you up, and everybody likes me for that.
Yeah.
With Hangman, he's the relatable guy, right? And so how long do you keep that on him before people start to turn on Hangman? And to find that perfect spot is going to be interesting to see. If they even hit it, right? If they achieve that.
And the one thing I want to mention about is the belt making him, or is he making the belt? It's a really good argument to bring up. Not saying it's an argument I'd like to argue, but one thing that I like to think about when we think about that is, I would rather them throw Hangman into this and they have him have these matches where, in a way, the belt and the match is making him the champion, even though he is the champion. He's being made in this process than we do, like what WWE does, and they don't take that risk on new guys that often. Not AEW don't have a long track record, so this is the first time they've thrown it on a newer person. But I am glad they're giving that a shot rather than just doing, because I feel like WWE is very hesitant to pull the trigger on people. And here they're giving Hangman, they're pulling the trigger on Hangman.
Shit, they gave Jinder Mahal a championship. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they'll pull the
In
trigger
St.
if they
Louis.
decide to.
Good God.
Yeah, they'll do it if they want to. They just decide not to go on a tangent of, like, them. But
Yeah.
like, I want this championship, like I said, like, I want this reign to be significant. I want it to be a good era for the company. Because, like, when you look back on it, you look at, like, how this company has been, and it's Jericho, Hangman, or Jericho, Kenny Omega, Hangman. You know what I mean? Like, we look at it as champions for, like, eras of this company, it feels like.
I feel like Moxley, too.
And Moxley's in there as well. But, like, I don't know, man. I just hope that they keep up the momentum with it. And I feel like Mike said, it has to go at that right speed, and it has to be a draw to everybody. And I feel like that's going to be his biggest struggle, is keeping every demo pleased.
Yeah.
For sure. I just think Hangman, on what he has on his side, is that he's almost more sympathetic than just about any. They don't have another main star who's as sympathetic as Hangman. Moxley's not a sympathetic guy. You're not gonna feel emotionally attached to Moxley. You want to see him kick somebody's ass. Like Hangman, you want to love that guy, dude. You feel it when he's getting hit. You feel like you're getting hit. It's like a very personal attachment I think people have to him. But once again, in the long run, are people gonna get sick of just feeling like how it goes in wrestling?
Yep.
Jeff said
Just,
MJF's
The
going to beat
old
Hangman.
story.
MJF's going to be Hangman that laid the groundwork tonight for it. We could talk about that at a different time. Moving forward,
You think they run this back? You think they run this match back?
I think you
sure.
have to,
You got to.
right?
Yeah.
You,
I hope they do it in
that,
Charlotte.
that or you. Yeah, I mean, you could do like Man, dude, could you imagine an Iron Man at like an hour-long Iron Man at
Yes, please.
At
Yeah,
the Battle of the Belts.
Oh man, I mean it'd take up an hour of 2 hours. I don't know if I'd want that, right?
Give me 2 out of 3 falls. Fuck.
Mm.
No time.
Sick as fuck, too.
Oh, I'd be so
Once
happy.
I
Give
started-
me 3 stages. Give me
Give
3 stages of hell. 3
Oh,
different
Lord.
stipulations, 3 pinfalls or submission.
Anyway, moving forward, we
Yes.
had a backstage segment between the Super Click and the Super Click and Bobby Fish, with a nice festive backdrop and like kazoos playing holiday music. They challenge Best Friends to an 8-man tag on Rampage, and Nick says that they should end Sue's career as well. Which I have not Sue, goddammit. What else happened in this segment? My voice is gone, fellas.
I got a pop from, I can't remember which one of the Bucks said it, but he was like, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. That shit got a pop out of me. Love a good Home Alone joke, you know?
A great one.
I don't actually remember anything other significant I said.
I'm glad that they're letting Bobby Fish talk.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, I meant to say this last week. I
Wow,
like
I'm
how
done.
they're easing Bobby Fish into the elite.
Ah,
I think that's fucking sweet as shit.
don't get me started.
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate Bobby
Oh,
Fish
you're-
so much?
You're bummed on it? Let's hear it.
That's a whole. I don't want to react to this.
Go ahead.
Make it quick.
I just don't see the reason to give Bobby Fish all this time. Let him wrestle sometimes, but God, he don't need to talk, man. The man's 50. Cut him off. He's not good on the mic. Why are you investing this time? Kyle's going to come in. They're going to have the Red Dragon run. Just go ahead and get it over with. Anyway.
Yeah, Cole had a present. I'm sorry, my voice fucking disappeared, guys. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
you're all
there.
right, man.
I'm sitting here dying. None of you a
You
big
good?
deal. Adam Cole said that he has a present for the Bucks next week, and it has to be presumed that this is Kyle O'Reilly. But
Yes.
I don't know if anybody else picked up on it. But Adam hits Bobby Fish with like this look and holds it for a long while. Do you think he turns heel next week?
Cole?
Yeah, Cole and Fish.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, I
I
would
hope
personally enjoy it.
That would be fucking sick.
I'd personally enjoy it a lot, especially if you're about to get Kyle coming in
Yeah.
and you can set up like the Dream UE versus Bucks and Kenny whenever Kenny gets back.
That could be sweet.
I think it works out in a lot of ways, man. There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle that can come in and move out, and they can feel fresh pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
But like we've seen this formula happen in other places, right? So like you know how they run it. I'm just excited to see what they do this time. Honestly, I hope that it works out for the best either way.
I don't know how I feel about this. The match, firstly, the 8-man tag this Friday on Rampage. Does it do anything for me?
No.
It's the same rehash shit that we've seen over the past few weeks, so
Exactly.
it'll be cool to see Trent back, I guess, like officially, right? But
So, like, were you a big Trent fan?
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
You
right?
have a poster on his wall, you know?
I think Trent's great. Trent's very underrated. I'd
He
rather
is-
see Trent than Bobby Fish.
We're about to start a fight here on the Pro Wrestling
I'm ready
Truth
for it,
YouTube.
man. I can't. Never mind. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, man.
It'll be interesting to see how this goes, but I'm telling you, if you have a moment to go and rewatch that segment, go and watch Cole's look at Bobby. It's very telling as to what they're trying to sell. It's just if they do it or not. Past that, we had Wardlow versus Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal got the jobber entrance, and for a reason, right? He got squashed pretty effectively here.
Quick.
Yeah, Wardlow had Sean Spears come out with him, and while he's doing his power bombs, which pisses me off. Can we talk about this for a quick second? I don't know what the fuck Wardlow calls it. He always does his finisher in the corner, holding a dude up. His like legs are draped over the top rope, and he knees him in the fucking face. It's the coolest finisher that he could do. And now he's just moved to 100 fucking power bombs. That's what we're going with. I fucking hate it.
Did you see me caught Sydal in the beginning? And, like, it was almost a bad botch and threw him up over his fucking... again.
He's just a monster. He's a terrifying human, and he's way bigger than you think he is. Like,
No, he looks fucking
he's
huge.
huge.
Yeah.
This was a squash. Matt Seidel's probably the perfect guy for this moment for Wardlow.
Easy, yeah.
And this certainly felt like more seedlings of MJF and Wardlow eventually coming to a clash. You had Sean Spears telling Wardlow, hey, one was enough. We don't work by the hour. Like, let's just get it done and get the hell on out.
Hilarious.
That was good. That was good.
Super. And then he's like, dude, you didn't have to go that hard. Beats the shit out of him with a chair really quick. Sean Spears is damn good at what he does when it's done well.
Excuse me for a second.
Also,
Yeah, it's like,
the
hold this. He hands him the mic.
The blazer with no shirt underneath is fucking hilarious.
It's a wild look. Jeff said that move is called the Art of War. I will send it in the group chat after this. It's a doozy.
It's sick.
Thank you, Jeff.
Then, and when after the pin, you have Sean Spears on the mic go, it's Wardlow's world, baby. It's like the best fucking call he could have had. It was awesome. And then you had them kind of celebrate, and you could almost see like the tension between the two of them. Aren't they the accountability buddies? The accountability buds?
Yeah.
The accountability buddies.
What a fucking terrible name that is. Great job, Maxwell.
It's hilarious.
And he gets a phone call. Sean Spears gets a phone call from Maxie, I think is what he calls him. He gets a phone call from MJF saying that they need to go get some champagne for the celebration. And he tells Wardlow that Sean will drive if Wardlow buys. And you can almost see like the, fuck these guys.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, which was cool. Did anybody give a rating to this match?
I did.
I think I gave it 2 stars.
I
Just
did.
for like getting there.
I did.
Getting there.
I did. I put 2.5 squash match.
Good shit. Love that.
I did star and 3/4.
That's what I did. I did a star and 3/4. Then after that, you had a Ty Conti and Penelope Ford promo. Looks like they're building up for Rampage for a submission match. Turns out later on we get the go-ahead. Jeff said he rated that 1/2 star. I will give a 1/4 star for every single powerbomb that piece of shit Wardlow does. After we come back from the break, firstly, that submission match should be pretty good.
It's going to be great, man. I love submission matches.
Ty Conti and Penelope Ford are 2 women that have gotten better every single time they're in that AEW ring.
Yeah.
And it's tough because Penelope did really well in GCW and the Indies, but TV wrestling is so different. And I think it freaked her out for a while, but you can kind of see her settling in. And Ty Conti,
the promos here from
it was
both
great. Yeah, it was great. And then Ty Conti is a bona fide star moving forward. Like,
oh yeah.
Star. Yeah. The moment of the night here, though, at least for me, we come back from break to a Malachi Black promo, and he's talking about the foundation and how foundations are built with people. And it looks like we have a new House of Black member, the first House of Black member that's not Malachi, the first of the foundation. So he missed somebody who's got their arms out in like a robe on their knees, and he gets down close to them, and he says, now you're so much more than a king. Shortly after this, Cassidy Haynes from Bodyslam.net breaks the news that Brody King has officially signed a deal with AEW. Courtland, I'm just going to send it straight to you. How do you feel about this?
I absolutely love this. I think that it can go so many ways, and I cannot believe it's finally coming. I think it's going to be a real cold winter for AEW once Brody King shows up. I mean, this is just awesome, man. Like, really, ever since Malachi came over, this is what everyone's been screaming and dreaming of. Sadly, it's on the heels of Ring of Honor closing its doors, and that's how it's happening. But glad as fuck to see it. Like I said, the possibilities are endless. Who do y'all want them to have a feud against first? Do you think it's going to be Death Triangle?
Put the fucking belts on them.
I just wanted to mention, yes, Brody King and Malachi Black are currently the PWG World Tag Team Champions. They won those a month or 2 ago. So I'm super stoked on this. I mean, they're great together. I love this video package. Y'all know that I either love or hate the Malachi Black stuff, but this segment was really fucking sick. I love the way they did.
I think it's one of his best.
Yes,
I think it's definitely one of his best, and I think it helps that it's just voiceover work.
Yes,
and it's just like it just seems so ominous, you know, like it's so dark, and it fits the character so well, and it helps that it also already fits Brody King. You know, it's not like it's some character that like from a developmental that they're just gonna like groom into this character they want them to be. This is Brody King. This dude is a monster.
And he's established. He's worked in New Japan. He's worked in Ring of Honor. He's been around.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to see where, like, you know, them as a tag team put the titles on them, see how long this shit goes. But, dude, down the line, I gotta see it. I gotta see Malachi Black versus Brody King. It has to happen. I want to see it on the big stage. I want to see it at its best.
I didn't want to talk about it.
Wait for that to come.
I feel like we definitely have a long way to go to that before we get there, but it will be sick. But them it's a tag team. There's no tag team like them in AEW. You know what I mean?
There's not a tag team like that in the world. It's just them.
Like, I think it's going to be so sick. They're just going to beat everyone's ass. And they're big. Brody's huge. You know
Brody
what I mean?
is fucking massive.
Like,
they're terrifying, dude.
Both of them, like, together.
Like, Malachi's entrance coming out like that, and you have Brody coming out in a fucking ski mask.
What the fuck?
I'm fucking gone, bro.
Yeah,
I hope that all continues.
No way. There's no way I'm going to stand in the ring and be like, yeah, dude, this is my death coming right at me. I'm just going to hang out and wait for it. Like, I'm leaving. Fuck that.
Yep.
This, man, had me jumping out of my seat.
We were
we were screaming.
At first, we were so fucking quiet. Like, we were like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And then it just went from fucking that to 100.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Cameron in the chat said, I met him at a God's Hate show. He's so fucking big. I casually met him at a New Japan show in Charlotte. And it's funny. Jeff was there. Jeff was with me. We rounded the corner looking for, like, I think drinks. We were going to the concessions. And they had this big New Japan, like, the backdrop of their, like, logo. And, dude, he's just standing there taking pictures with people. And so I walk up to him. We had a quick conversation. I didn't realize how big he was. But if you look at that picture, I look like an infant. A tiny person. I looked so small. He's huge.
Yeah, I met him in Raleigh, like, in passing whenever I saw God's Hate. And I think Code Orange headlined that Raleigh day.
I was at that.
And I was outside chilling with, I can't remember his name right now. It's like a dick. It was like the drummer of Misery, I believe it was. And he just like came up and talked to him briefly. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you. You're fucking terrifying. Have a good day. And I was like,
before I even knew that Brody King was a wrestler, I saw when Tara did that tour with God's Hate. It was, I can't remember when it was. It was a couple years back. I was like, God damn, that dude's fucking huge. And then Donnie was like, no, you know, he wrestles. And I was like, there's no way. And then
Sure shit, here he is, about to be on live national television.
Dude, this dude dove off the stage. I was like, God damn, he's bigger than the fucking stage. Dude. God.
So before we get away from this topic, do you think that we get Butcher and Blade with them eventually?
Seeing them against
like
them
maybe,
would be sick as fuck.
Like maybe not as a full like part of House of Black, but like being an extension of it. Like I would love to see 8-man tags of the four of them.
I hope not. I hope they beat the shit out of each other. Though.
I hope they go against them. Dude.
But that's your tag team. You have Black and King, right? You can't have two tag teams like that.
Yeah. I think they'd have a hell of a match, and I think they could honestly help Butcher and Blade get a little more footing because they haven't gotten real footing, but they could easily have a 4-star match with Brody King and Malachi Black for sure.
Fingers crossed that that Brody still uses a God's Hate song for his entrance.
Yep.
Got to.
So hard.
Moving forward, that was moment of the night for me. Past like the hour-long match, right? Hour 2, I was screaming. Then we jumped into Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida, which started really, really fast. These women really wanted to beat the shit out of each other, and it showed. It was awesome. Deeb is so fucking good as a heel. She's awesome.
Definitely.
Really worked Shida's leg. Man, Hikaru Shida is insanely good at wrestling. Awesome.
I love that we're getting to see her kind of come out a little more. You know what I mean? Like she looked pissed tonight. She threw the fucking stick at her and everything else. Yep. Like I really like this match.
Ethan, since you liked it that much, go ahead. Tell me what you felt about it.
I wasn't, over the moon about it, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, they showed a lot of fire. There's actually some story behind it. You don't get a lot of in-depth stories with the women's division outside of who's Britt Baker facing next. So just to have something that they built up a little bit, it was really cool. I'm around 3 stars on it. I can't really decide where I'm going to go. 3 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 stars, somewhere in that range. Once again, I was worn out watching this after that first hour. So
it's a revisit for sure.
Revisit the whole show, to be honest. But I thought they did a great job. I feel so bad, but I'd be sitting there just looking at my phone, and I'd look up and I'm like, damn, they're having a good match. You know what I mean? I'm so fucking tired.
You're just burnt out, yeah.
But
Zach, how'd you feel about it?
I thought it was a good match. I'm trying to get more familiar with the women's division, and I really fuck with Serena Deeb after this match. She
is the shit.
She not only has a lot of clean skill set, she was like pulling fucking turnbuckles back and like just nitty gritty wrestler. I fuck with her. I fuck with her. Yeah,
you know who she is though, yeah.
Dope. Yeah, NWA champ. Court told me
she was the one that shaved her head for CM Punk Straight Edge Society.
Yeah.
No shit.
yeah.
Damn. Okay. Damn. All right. That's sick as fuck. Yeah, she's a fucking beast, dude. After watching that match, like she did this single leg crab. I was like, dude, that's so
like
fucking
roll through
clean.
single leg
tight too, man. She had that bitch under the knee like good
beast,
shit.
Dude. Yeah.
I really want to see her face Britt.
Yeah, her and Britt would be good.
That would be sick. Yeah.
One of the things that what I wrote down about this match is that Serena Deeb is so fucking good. I love her control of matches, her technique in getting into submission holds. She really knows how to work them, and she knows how to work a crowd, like proper positioning with her legs. I feel like her legs slowly moving back, like her foot sliding back towards the rope. It like she knows how to build the crowd up just to where they're at their breaking point of being that loud right before the rope break, and she pulls. It's like she hears the crowd so well, and she knows where she's at all times, like with the momentum of the match. Yeah, man, I can't say enough great things about it. I gave this match 3 1/4. I really enjoyed it.
Zach, I didn't hear your
3,
rating.
by the way. I gave it 3.
That's where I went. I went 3 on it. I think we forget that Serena Deeb was retired before she was released from WWE. She was just a coach. And so now she's on like the run of her career, really.
It's crazy.
Having great matches, doing really, really well. And then again, Hikaru Shida, I don't even know how old Shida is, but as long as she's wrestling, she needs to stay in that AEW banner because she is crushing it for them. And TK needs to hold on to her for sure.
I'm a fan of both of them after that match, straight up.
Sure.
They both have great matches with the company. Fantastic matches.
And Shida just feels like a staple of AEW. You know, like Riho feels like a staple. Yeah. Shida is like, you got to have Shida there now until this company's in the dirt.
Right. Courtland, if you want to take over, that's where my notes ended, my friend.
Oh, dang. I think this is where my notes ended, my friend.
Big Ethan.
I have notes.
Go ahead, bud.
Notes.
Oh, no. We got a Hook promo next.
We did get a Hook promo.
It was just like a recap, right? A nice little Hook recap promo. It was good shit.
I won't lie.
It's good shit, man. You got Taz doing voiceover work on it. You know, like, oh, he's been an athlete his whole life. Look at him. Look at this man. It's Hook. I send Hook. And like
I won't lie,
cool, man.
I already got his theme music stuck in my head. As soon as I heard that music, I looked up. I was like, "Is Hook about to fucking come out on Dynamite right now?" I got it fucking stoked.
Yeah, whenever it popped up, I was like, "Oh shit, Hook!" And then I was like, "Oh, it's a promo." Yeah, I was like, "Damn."
Oh,
yeah,
Hook.
but after that,
you think he's gonna do singles run?
I don't think he needs to run, but he definitely needs to get his feet wet, for sure.
Yeah, definitely,
for sure.
Yeah, he's someone for Dark and Rampage for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope they stick on the main programming, right? TNT,
yeah.
Dynamite, Rampage. I don't want him on Dark or Dark Elevation.
No Dark for you? Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind if he main events Dark. Like, especially if they do like or even like pay-per-view pre-shows. I feel like Hook is the great person to do that with this year.
For sure.
Like, he's someone that you can put against like Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page. Like, they're good people that he can definitely learn a lot of kind of fast track him and get him into the right position. It's definitely that small little group that can put on good television on YouTube or national television.
For sure.
Yeah, I need to see Hook, honestly, versus Bobby Fish. I know that's probably going to shock y'all to hear me say. I want to see Hook and Bobby Fish. I want to see Hook and Daniel Garcia. I want to see Hook and Lee Moriarty. You know, all these young
I'd like
guys,
to
man,
see
let them
this
fucking
Dante
work,
Martin.
dude.
I want to see
Hook
Hook
versus
sell.
Dante Martin.
I want to see how Hook sells because
That
he beat
too.
the shit out of Fuego,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And then I believe after that we get MJF, the
Oh,
Salt.
no. You missed
No?
something. You had Griff
What?
Garrison's Varsity Blondes talking about Julia Hart.
Oh yeah.
And then push away.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone was backstage with the Varsity Blondes. Griff Garrison's real fucking mad. I've never seen this guy show this much emotion on his face, but he's super mad. Brian Pillman Jr. tries to calm him down. Griff gets in his face. Pillman Jr. just says, fuck it, you go get yourself killed. And so Griff wants to face Malachi Black next week, and he's going to break his jaw.
Yeah.
it was a good
Oh,
fire from a
okay.
guy who has no fucking depth to him, though.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it was cool. The Varsity Blondes is weird, man. Like, I want to like them, and then I'm like, there's not much to them. And then they'll have these little matches. I mean, they're good for what they're doing. There's these little TV guys you can get some sympathy off of sometimes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But then we move on to the Dynamite Diamond match between MJF and Dante Martin. Courtland, you were about to dive into it.
I actually don't have any notes other than them happening. But I will say this MJF promo, even though I don't have any quotes in front of me, is fucking hilarious.
He said, you're anti-education and pro-incest.
I think that him just immediately coming out, immediate mic to face, this place is a fucking dump.
A goddamn
fucking
dump
hilarious.
is sick, right?
Fucking hilarious.
Literally, dude, I was in the other room getting something to drink, and I heard that from upstairs, and I started screaming.
We
Just hearing
popped so
him
loud
in
for
the
that.
distance say, this place is a goddamn dump. I was like, oh,
Goddamn dump, dude.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you can't say that on TV, bro. But
They don't even
he
care.
also-
TNT's like,
He
yes,
grabbed on
more
his
of it.
hat.
dude, he
Yeah,
can
he
say
threw
whatever.
up.
Hangman and Danielson were saying fuck
And
over
he
and
threw
over.
on his
in the
hat
match.
too before he.
What's that?
I said Hangman and Danielson said fuck twice during the fucking match and to start the show.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, very clearly.
Yes. Oh yeah. It was twice. Did you see? Not to backtrack, but when Danielson got down there and flipped him off and said "fuck you" and then slapped
It was
him in the face.
multiple times he said he was like, fuck
Yes.
you. I fucking hate you. Fuck you. I was like, oh, my God.
That's
I meant to
Yes.
say, at one
It was
point
Hangman-
in that match, Danielson goes, he's like, everyone's cheering for you, and then kicks him in his fucking head. The funniest shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's cheering for you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Dickhead
I enjoyed
Danielson,
this
good
match with Dante Martin. I think that just like the speculation and my hopes and dreams from last week, MJF does retain, and thank God that he does, man. And this is a solid match, man. Dante Martin is one of those wrestlers that like might be a spoiler for the Up and Over pod for our end of the year, but he's up there with potentially one of the Rookie of the Year, right? Like, look at this man's run this year. It's unbelievable the climb that he's had. And just putting on these awesome-ass matches with so many different style wrestlers. And it's no different here, man. MJF doesn't look bad at all, in my opinion. I think that they did really well for each other. I haven't rated it yet. I'll probably go back and watch it, but at a glance, dude, 3 stars.
Yep.
Dante Martin jumped around like a crazy person.
Yep.
I didn't even know what to call half of the things he was doing.
Yeah,
because
MJF
it was
just
wild.
doing the slow walk away on a lot of these like high spots is super funny to me. It reminds me of Samoa Joe in TNA, just like
Just his
turning
walk away
the shoulders,
spot.
like,
Good
all right,
shit,
just
yeah.
walking there.
Fuck
It reminds
this.
me of that. It's just good heel work, just constantly working the crowd. And man, he said in his promo, dude, he was born in '96. He's so young.
Mhm.
And when we're going to talk about like heel of the year, it's going to be really hard not put this man on that list. Like he's up there with some of the best ever, right? And he's so young, he's only going to get better. And it goes to show, like again with last week or the week before, I believe, like CM Punk and MJF exchange. Like he said it tonight in his promo. He's like, I buried this man, and the only thing he could say about a city is their sports team. And like, this is the man that's supposed to be the best in the world. But like, I haven't seen a good promo out of CM Punk this entire time. All we've seen is stuff that I believe has been fed to him by somebody in the back.
Oh, that's a hot take,
In
bud.
my
Wait,
opinion.
you said you don't think that there's been a single good
Great,
promo?
like, all right. I don't want to say like not good.
One hasn't
It's
stood
hard to-
out. One hasn't
Okay.
stood out.
Yeah,
Is that better?
one to me it hasn't. I think the only one really to me is the
first promo.
Eddie Kingston one.
Oh, that.
Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
And that's because of Eddie Kingston. Nothing CM Punk said gave me any type of a pop. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that he said was, something about like be a little bit more your speed on darker elevation or some shit like that. That got a small one out of me, but like other than that, dude, you're just kind of burning my fucking time. Hopefully this MJF and CM Punk match really like stands it out for me. Because CM Punk just hasn't done a whole lot for me.
It's been tough
from some of his matches, but I think so far, I think there's 2 matches that I've gone above 3 stars on CM Punk for. I think this whole time.
Yeah, with the promo thing, the MJF Punk feud,
dude, it just feels like he's just getting fucking buried, dude.
The Punk and MJF promo,
it just feels like he can't keep up.
The Punk and MJF promo that everyone praised that one week, it was like a WWE promo. It's just like these cheap insults. I'm like, you just expect so much more from Punk, and it just felt like you said, somebody feeding him these little punchlines. Everything's a punchline. It's like no grit. It's just punchline. Punchline. Then you do a punchline. Here's 20 punchlines in 20 minutes, and it's billed as the greatest promo of the fucking 21st century.
It was entertaining as fuck, though.
Exactly. I mean, it's entertaining.
I will say it's
entertaining. Like, when you look at his stuff, don't want to talk about WWE, but like looking at the pipe bomb, for instance, like the CM Punk that you want is the one that's disgruntled and the one that's pissed. The one that we have right now is a happy-go-lucky fucking chip off the old block guy. And like, I'm not enjoying it. I want you to be pissed. I want like you to be the system that's fighting its system. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like you're just like patting Tony Khan on the back right now, because that's what it feels like. It just feels like you're the guy that they're waiting to chant a name and press a button for their cue to hit. Because that's exactly what happened tonight,
That's a tough take. That's a tough take.
There's a lot to unpack, truly.
Zach, what did you go on this match, though, before we get too far off the rails?
I actually did not rate this match.
Toss it at your head.
I'd say probably 3 off top. It was a good match. It was a good match. I love Dante Martin. I think he's fucking insane. I like the two of them together as well. It was fucking sweet to see homie. He was like literally on every fucking corner jumping over the top rope. Like every
Yeah, he's a real crazy person. Oh, might have lost.
We lagging right now?
There we go. We got you
Yeah.
back. Woo, it was a little scary.
But I'd say 3 off top.
Okay.
Yeah, we lagged for a second.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Ethan, how'd you feel about it?
Once again, I need to rewatch it. Just like with the Deebs Sheeta match, I'm at 3.25 for both of these matches. I just need to rewatch it. Really and truly, it's MJF doing his stuff and Dante doing his stuff, and it's fucking great. Dante flying around. It just never gets old. I mean, I'm sure at some point it will get old, but I mean, it's so hot right now. I said 3.25, but I just love Dante Martin. So
yeah.
Do you think in the last few weeks?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Do you think that in the last few weeks that your like opinion on MJF's like rating as a superstar, like a wrestler, has changed at all after watching the last few of his matches?
Not quite. The biggest thing that's gotten me is the promos, and I think it's just that I'm not super into the feud with Punk. That's a whole one. Not to go back on the discussion we already had. I guess we need to finish this meeting, though.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm not 100% into it too. I don't think it does any favors for Punk to get buried on a microphone right now. This isn't the person that I would have set up for you, but like I've said before, I think the best person would have been Malachi Black, and then you have Brody King to be the one to come in. And it doesn't hurt either of you, no matter which way the outcome is, because you can do a no contest by interference, DQ, whatever else, and get to something bigger. But I mean, they didn't go that route. Now we got MJF and CM Punk for the next probably fucking 3 months.
Yeah, and that could be it, right? You could ride this out until Revolution, and that's your payoff, which is March.
Yeah, that's what it feels like,
I
man.
hope not.
That's what
Man,
it feels
I
like
hope
we're
not.
heading. It's like we're getting nothing.
Here's my thing too with this.
Like, how far are we into it?
Like, you see the track record they have with these MJF feuds, like the Jericho MJF feud, but like
It was a year
did that
long,
not go
a
on
year
too
plus,
long,
no?
man? Too much, dude, man. And it's like,
So,
and now with the Punk thing,
but like, how far has this gone on?
the thing with the
2
Like
months,
the CM Punk
a month
and
and a half.
MJF thing. We're at like a month and a half. They haven't touched.
dude, the thing with the Punk
Yes.
MJF feud for me,
It hasn't touched.
the thing with the Punk MJF feud for me is that they've already thrown out about all their marbles. What else can those two say about each other? They spent the first segment of their run hitting every punchline they could, and I'm like, okay, they said every joke they could all think of about one another. Like, what's the real fucking reason they want to fight? You know what I mean? Like, why do they really want to fucking fight, or we just want to see who has the better jokes? Like, there's no reason for me to care about who wins the match, honestly. It's just like jokes and shit, and MJF yelling over commentary over Punk's match with fucking Lee Moriarty. Just like, calm down, bud. You know, like, fuck.
I enjoyed the match.
I just feel like
I
when it
enjoyed the
comes
match a
to-
lot. It was a great match. I went 3 stars on it.
Sorry, bud. Sorry.
Fuck.
We're the worst about this shit.
Sorry. We are the worst about it. I just feel like after like CM Punk and Eddie Kingston now doing like Eddie Kingston and 2.0 and then like MJF and CM Punk, they just like don't feel important, right? Like they just don't feel like it's what you want immediately on the heels of that feud.
Dude,
Because like
hell
it's so
no.
genuine, it's so real, it's so tough and to the grit, and then you get this bullshit that we just like, it has no backbone to it. It's got no meat on it. I just don't
Dude,
care.
You
But
just
then you
saw
got-
Eddie Kingston call out CM Punk for all this shit about how he needs to get some grit to him again and shit, and you had Eddie Kingston beat his fucking ass, right? So I think maybe coming out of it, you have CM Punk be like, you know, I beat Eddie Kingston, but he fucking beat me up too, you know, and I'm here to fight. I'm tired of playing this bullshit. You ain't got to turn him heel and do all this shit the internet says, but like, give him something besides.
Especially with
Oh,
Mox
you're a
being
chick-
gone. You need
You're a
that tough fucking baby face that's going to come out and want to whip
Exactly.
somebody's ass.
Like, all he can do is say, you're a chicken shit and fuck your town's team. And I'm like, man, dude, you just had a fucking real ass fight with Eddie Kingston and now you're back to the WWE games. Like, you
I do
cut
pop-
promos about this shit.
I do pop every single time he calls MJF a needle dick, though. I think that is the funniest fucking thing you could call him.
Do you know what I hated the most? I just want us to bring this up. The MJF. What was it he said that his name stood for?
My jealous
biggest-
friend.
My jealous fan?
Yeah, that was bad.
Dude. Who
That was
wrote
bad.
this shit?
Yeah, it's fucking bad.
And I have a CM Punk poster on my wall that Courtland got me. I love CM Punk. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. But, buddy,
But this shit,
But you're fucking disappointed, damn it.
I'm not
my
mad.
jealous fan. And I'm
Just
supposed to-
disappointed.
Dude, Eddie Kingston and Punk had a fucking brawl, beat the dog shit out of each other. Next week, Punk's on there. MJF, your name stands for my jealous fan.
It's fucking bad. Even
Yeah,
even
it's pretty
Cam in the
bad.
chat. Cam in the chat said that's pretty cringe. Not gonna lie.
Well, hold on a minute. This is coming
It's
from a
pretty
CM
bad.
Punk fan. Since I'm going off the rails, we gotta remember. This is the same CM Punk that his big return on the WWE. What was that show? Talking Smack was
yeah.
just when you think that you know everything, I changed the culture.
Oh,
like,
I changed.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude? You're not CM Punk. Stop this shit.
Yeah. You're
bad.
Phillip Brooks at best.
Philip Brooks.
Buddy,
I
you
feel
really,
disrespected.
dude. He's my
I'm
favorite
sure it
wrestler.
is. I'm
too,
sorry.
But dude, he's
It's just
old.
not doing it for me, man. Like
fine.
I need something more.
I'm sort of into it a little bit more than you guys for sure.
I think it's
I'm
fucking hilarious, and I think if anybody's
think
gonna
it's-
beat Punk, you have MJF beat Punk, and I hope that's where it leads to.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's where it
100%,
fucking
but
leads to.
like that.
But get there. Like,
Fuck it.
let's
Punk ain't doing
fucking
nothing worth the shit anyway. Let MJF
get
be.
it done. And let's move it on, because what do we really want, right?
Ethan,
we want
you
this
disagree?
MJF, we want this Hangman Page thing. So, like, Let's fucking get the show on the road
Get
and
it
make
over
it
with.
happen.
Ethan, did you
What'd
disagree
you say?
that MJF should beat Punk? You
I
disagree?
don't know. This is the first time I've thought about it. I mean,
If
Why
that's the
not?
payoff, why the fuck not?
I just
do a
ran
lot
down.
with MJF.
I just
If not,
ran down
we're wasting our
Punk's.
fucking time.
I just ran down Punk's entire run here. So why do I want to defend it? Fuck it, beat him. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I mean, he's making these terrible
He doesn't.
jokes. What kind of? Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I think it'll be great. I think it'll be fucking awesome.
I mean, you may as well.
If
It just feels like. Does it not feel like beating Punk should feel more important though, man?
for sure,
Like,
for sure, for sure.
But
It
it
don't feel-
does.
It doesn't feel important. Like
Yeah.
him returning was important. Everything after has been like poking to try. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. Y'all just made me depressed, bro. Fuck.
But here's my argument, right? Is like, okay, it's not MJF. Who else do you put against Punk? Because if you go Malachi Black, then you have people saying, oh, well, you know, it's just two disgruntled old WWE guys, right? Then there's that argument. Then if you go with any Chris Jericho, oh, two old fucking WWE guys who just don't have it anymore.
Hey.
Like,
Hangman.
so you put him in the title picture. That's your argument.
Well, they're already putting themselves in the title picture, aren't they not? What did Punk say last week on the promo?
But if
The winner of this gets a title match.
And
but if
what did
Punk loses it,
MJF say, because Punk said he was going in, MJF says he thinks he deserves it. We're gonna get a
Have
triple threat
MJF
more than
beat Punk.
likely.
Nobody cares. Punk's fucking shit in the bed. Let's call it a day and give MJF the dub.
I feel
I
like
mean,
you're wrong.
I think that's the way you do it, right? You do the triple threat. You have MJF go over. He pins, honestly, either of them, and it doesn't really hurt the other person because somebody isn't getting pinned, you know. And there's always that like triple threat factor of like, oh, it can't hurt that person because they're not the one that's pinned. So like, they can go that route. I feel like that's one of the ways that they should have dropped the belt off of Kenny. Is, I mean, not to take away from that fucking fantastic match, but like, you do a fucking championship scramble, fatal four-way, whatever, everyone's coming for you. The best of the best are coming at you. And you just so happen to be on the outside when there was a roll-up pin. Doesn't hurt you at all. And you get him out of there. This man goes to surgery, has a good fucking time. And, you know?
I don't know. Yeah, y'all got me thinking on so much shit now. I guess MJF needs to beat Punk. I mean, it's just like
MJF needs to be world champion.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just think I have a hard time because one, I feel like it should mean more to beat Punk, but it doesn't mean as much as I want it to mean. It's not gonna. I mean,
Punk's wins are like, someone beating Punk isn't going to matter until Punk faces the likes of Chris Jericho or the likes of, I'm trying to think of more names off the top of my head, like Sting, or like, he has to get those credible wins in this company this year, like now or now next year. And you got to get him in, because if not, then it fucking means nothing. Like, oh, I'm supposed to be upset that he lost he only beat who? You know, other than Darby Allin and
just about everybody's beat Darby at this point.
yeah, everybody beat Darby. Fucking MJF beat him with a headlock takeover. So
Good God Almighty, fellas. To go over the Rampage card. I'll save the best for last. We have a 10-man tag. It's Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, Phoenix.
Time.
Did we skip that
So
promo?
wait, are you telling me
We
that
did skip
next...
that promo. It's fine.
Sorry.
Oh,
Eddie
sorry.
Kingston had a badass promo against 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. It was fucking sweet. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So are you saying that next week or on Rampage is the 10-man, and then next week on Dynamite's the 8-man?
No.
No,
They're
they're
both.
Oh, we're doing both same night.
Yeah, they're both on the same night. So
What
we get a
the
10-man tag. We get. I don't know if you saw because Eddie Kingston laid out a challenge, right? It was Eddie Kingston, the Lucha Brothers. So you have Phoenix,
dude, in
Penta,
an hour.
and then you have Santana and Ortiz, and then you had 2.0 and Daniel Garcia, and two of their whoever they want. Did you see the graphic as we went off air?
Who was it?
The Acclaimed.
Oh God.
That's what we're
the
getting.
fuck?
And
Why are
they
they doing
claim
that?
they're so fun, but what the fuck business do they have in this?
Why?
What
Yeah,
business do
I
they
mean,
Here's
have?
this. Here's my thing, right? I wanted to see a trios match: Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, Garcia, and 2.0. Keep it simple.
That'd be sick, yeah.
Don't do it on the same show as that 8-man tag, even though that 8-man tag shouldn't even be happening. But you have an 8-man tag, a 10-man tag, and a submission match, and the return of
No.
Dan Lambert.
We're not talking about that yet. That's the best part of this whole fucking night, okay? That's the best
Oh, my
part of
bad.
this
I just went
whole
over the whole card.
fucking night. Then we have the 8-man tag, which is Super Click. It's Adam Cole, the Young Bucks, and Bobby Fish taking on Best Friends, which is Wheeler Yuta, Orange Cassidy, Trent, and Chuck Taylor. Should be good, but again, is it necessary? Probably not.
And will it get time to be more than just a bunch of stuff happening when you have a 10-man tag on the show, too?
No.
It's just going to be a clusterfuck, I feel
Yeah.
like.
It's going to be a clusterfuck for sure.
I hope they fucking kill Bobby Fish, and then you have O'Reilly and Fish break off on Wednesday. That's my hope. I want Red
Now, see, I'm
Dragon
down
so
for that.
goddamn badly.
That's a good
Holy
fantasy
fuck, I
book,
want
dude.
Red Dragon back so badly. I used to mark out when they
Yo.
were in Ring of Honor, and they did their walkout. Kyle did, like, the shadow boxing, and then you had Bobby Fish do the fucking throat cut. Good shit. Good shit.
Good shit.
I'm for it, man. Red Dragon, the whole, Tony Khan clearly wants to recreate the 2016-2017 fucking IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Title division, and I'm all for it. That shit was fun. It's literally everyone he's got right now. The Bucks, you have Rocky Romero, you're going to have Red Dragon. I mean, fuck
Give
it,
me
go for it.
Alex
It'll be-
Kozlov, and don't be a fucking bitch about it.
Hey, fucking give me
Give
Alex
me
Kozlov.
Forever Hooligans or be a bitch,
Forever
Tony
Hooligans.
Khan.
But do you want Forever Hooligans or you want Roppongi Vice?
I...
Truthfully.
Roppongi Vice was fun, but dude, Alex Kozlov was a gangster, dog. And then we have the most important person on the fucking card. We have the return of American Top Teams, Dan Lambert.
Oh fuck! I said, why the fuck is he back when I saw that?
It's great
What-
shit.
So Rampage is gonna be fucking not what we want to see.
Guys, we're going to feel like we're on the Up and Over podcast on Friday night, I feel like. We're going to be watching some dog shit. Except for the submission match. I'm looking forward to those
submission.
ladies getting the chance to tear it up.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap this fucking thing up with a bow, guys. We appreciate you being here, spending your Wednesday night with us after a 2-hour event to Dynamite. We'll be back here on the Pro Wrestling Truth YouTube on Friday, immediately following Rampage. Hopefully, I won't be feeling like shit. You know how hard it is being Mike Klinsky nowadays. For Courtland,
Send Mike well wishes, nice messages, some money on Cash App so he can buy some more fucking
real quick.
medicine.
Real quick, Jeff. This is what I'm leaving it off on. Jeff said Bobby Fish fears Ethan. For Ethan, for Courtland, for Zach, y'all have a great night. Appreciate y'all being here.
Like this. Don't end
There
this.
you go.
Oh, then I'll
See
end
you
it like
later.
this. Fuck Michael Cole.
Fuck Michael Cole.